And India's Supreme Court has proposed to stay certain key provisions of the Waqf Amendment Act, and these provisions include the power to denotify properties declared as Waqf by courts and inclusion of non-Muslims in the central Waqf councils and boards. Now, a bench of Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Justices Sanjay Kumar and K.V. Vishwanathan started hearing 72 petitions challenging the constitutionality of the new law. The act is related to the management of religious or charitable properties under Islamic law. Now, the top court proposed to pass the interim order, which was opposed by the centre as it sought a detailed hearing before any such interim order. The bench will continue with the hearing today. After hearing both sides, the bench observed that some provisions could have grave ramifications, particularly those that potentially undermine judicially recognized Waqf properties. The bench took note of the provision-wise objections to the act and expressed reservations on several aspects of the legislation. The hearing saw sharp exchanges between the bench and the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta when the judges questioned the logic behind permitting non-Muslims in Waqf governance, while a similar reciprocity did not apply to Hindu religious endowments. The bench asked Mehta, "Are you suggesting that Muslims could now be part of a Hindu endowment board as well? Please state it openly." Now, the CJI then proposed the interim order with three main points. First, the properties declared as Waqfs by the courts should not be denotified, while the court is hearing the challenge to the Waqf Amendment Act 2025. Second, staying a provision of the amended law which says a Waqf property will not be treated as Waqf during the inquiry of the collector to decide if the property is a government land. And third, all members of Waqf boards and the Central Waqf Council must be Muslims, except the ex officio members. The bench also said that the violence occurring during protests against the act is very disturbing. At least 3 people were killed and hundreds were rendered homeless in communal violence in parts of West Bengal's Murshidabad during such protests against the act. The centre notified the Waqf Amendment Act 2025, which received assent of the President on the 5th of April. The bill was passed by Parliament earlier this month after marathon debates in both houses, but a clutch of petitions were filed in the Supreme Court, with the opposition and a section of the Muslim community being up in arms against some provisions of the law.